What's up, Internet? We're not in the shop this time. We are still setting up the new shop in the new house, but we've got a new toy to play with. We did a whole bunch of foam fabrication for Halloween and realized that we could probably use a rotary tool. So we picked this up. It's a Dremel 3000. It retails around $120 Canadian. And I've got a little bit of help to unbox it and see what's in it. Got Kidlet A with me. Say hey.
Hello.
And we got Kidlet B with me.
Hey.
All right, so let's take a look.
Here, just telling you, I'm right here.
All right, there we go. All done. Let's unbox this box.
It's called Dremel 3000.
Yes.
And it's in a gray box.
This is a nice enough little carrying case. So let's take a look at what's actually inside. We have the rotary tool itself. We have an attachment. Hey, could you grab me the box that is now on the floor? And we will take a look through and see what we've actually got.
And we have this little blue box that we can open and see what's inside.
So the carrying case is actually labeled. It shows you where you're supposed to put the stuff. So here's the tool itself. Got the Dremel branding on it. What do you think? Is that too heavy for you to use, or are you strong enough to use that?
I'm strong enough to use
Strong
it.
enough to use?
It's not heavy.
Okay, how about you?
Yeah, this is.
What do you think of the weight?
It was fine. Is it like a strong tool? Because if it was, it might be a little harder.
I think it'll depend. We'll have to try it out and see if you can actually hold it or not.
Should I get
think
one?
I will be holding it probably like this. You could also hold it like this depending on the tool.
And I think I have the tips in this blue box.
I think you do. Let's take one last quick look here. The Dremel 3000 is variable speed, which means, girls, that we can change how fast it actually goes. So we can keep it off completely, and then we can ramp up the speed all the way to 10. We'll see what that does.
But we won't do it just until we have something to do it on, like a piece of wood that we're gonna test it on today.
I think we might try a couple of different things, because we've got a bunch of different tips here.
Sorry if I'm taking a long time opening this blue box, because there's like a little sticker right here.
It's a belt loop. I guess this is tension. We'll have to look at the manual to see what's going on. We have our on-off switch. This is a brush cover, so it's vented all through here. This is a shaft lock button, not actually a power button, so I guess this is the entire control right here. So this controls the speed. This is just a lock button, which would explain the lock on it.
So I got to open the blue box.
Amazing, let's take a look.
There's a tiny little wrench in here. This is like a brick.
All right, so let's take a look. We've got all of the bits out that came with it. This is, I believe it's 24 accessories that come with this particular kit. So we have, starting up here, this is a carving and engraving tool. We have 2 cutting wheels, which I'm looking forward to using. We've got this is a grinding. These 3 are grinding and sharpening tools. We have a couple of cleaning and polishing tools. Then we've got some polishing stuff. We have polishing compound. So this is actually material that we would put on, I guess, the polishing tools here in order to make it work better. Then we start getting into our sanding stuff. So everything on this row, all these little circular drum-shaped ones, they're all sanding tools. And then we get down into collets and miscellaneous tools. So these, I guess, are to be used with the various tools. For example, if we wanted to put on one of these, we would use the collet and kind of screw it into the bottom like so. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. This will open and close. So if we take a screwdriver and loosen this screw, then we can replace the sandpaper on the little drum head.
Should I go get something to twist it on?
Sure. Let's get a little bit of wood. Let's get a little bit of something plastic and a piece of foam. So this turns out to be a pretty easy process. We had to puzzle over it for a little bit, didn't we? Mm-hmm. You hold down the lock button. You then unlock. You unscrew the end until it becomes loose enough to remove whatever bit you're using. And then to put it in, hold down the lock button and then tighten it until the bit, the collet and the end are secured. So I'm just going to give this an extra little tighten because I don't want this flying off during our test. Alright, Miss, would you kindly plug it in?
Yep.
This is currently set to off, and I'm just going to ease it up. There we go. It's pretty cool. So we're using, what kind of bit is this?
It's plastic.
Well, this bit is plastic, but I mean this bit.
That's
This is
a grind.
Yeah, this is one of the grinding bits. So we can get quite low speeds on this as well, apparently. And that'll just take off
some of
just the edge. Let's crank it up a little bit and see what it does.
Why don't we put it at the top of speed? Yeah.
That speed?
Cool.
So that's taking quite a chunk out. So let's try and clean this up a little bit and see how it works. So on the lower speed it doesn't cut into it quite as much.
What about?
So let's see. Look at that. You can actually end up getting quite a nice little edge
What?
with just that.
I wanted to try one of these on this.
You know what we should use the sanding one on? This. So we have a piece of craft foam with a really kind of ugly edge. So if we were going to try and glue this edge to another edge, look at the flap. See how it's all flappy and chunky here? Who's going to replace the bit? We'll do a couple of these. So you want to do it first? First thing you want to do is get this so that it locks. So feel that. Does that feel locked in place? Now feel. Did you feel the button go in?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's loosen the bit. That's right. Look at that. Came right out.
And there.
And tighten it down. You can actually tighten it with your fingers until it's secure and then use the wrench to make sure it stays in place. How's that feel?
Very secure.
Awesome. All right, let's see how this works on the craft foam. Whoa. Look at that.
Yeah, this. Well, we could have polished it after. I really want to try the polisher.
You know what else this is doing, girls?
What?
One of the things I was doing when I was making the Mandalorian helmet out of foam was I went through and I roughed up the edge so that the glue would be able to stick better, stick one piece to the other better. So what this is doing is actually it's smoothing out all of the chunky bits, but what it's also doing is giving me a nice textured surface, and I think the glue would go really well on this.
If you have a cat, don't use it when your cat is sleeping close to you, because it'll wake up your cat. Like it just did wake up our
I'll
cat.
hold this piece. So I'll hold this. You hold this. So ease up the speed a little bit. Ease it up a little more. Give it a little more. A little more. There you go. Okay. Now give it a try. Good control. Whoop. Control, control, control. Keep a good tight grip on it. Good. Better, good. Nice. You want to round off that edge too? Okay, what do we think?
Not bad.
Alright, why don't you turn it off and let A have a quick turn. You don't need to push this. It's just the speed. There you go. Okay, no. It's okay, you didn't hit me. Slow it down a little bit. Now, it's gonna move around a little bit because this thing's spinning very fast.
I'm gonna try to go right to the bottom.
Well, you can shape it quite a lot, can't you? See how, yeah, that's really taking it good. So we could use this to carve this craft foam. Look at that.
Whoa, it looks
That's
like
really
a
good.
shell.
All right, we've made something.
Well, it feels pretty hot already.
It's warming up. Let me see.
It's warming up. But if you use the sanding on some foam, there's gonna be lots of little pieces.
Now this is just a little bit of balsa wood. It's a very light modeling material. So yeah, that cuts through that pretty quickly.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Why are we getting skates? We're gonna show you in a second.
Show them the blade of your skates.
The blade of my skate is very, very dirty. So what do you think we're gonna do? Clean it up by polishing.
We're gonna try one of these wire brushes and see if we can't get some of the
Gunk.
Yeah, some of that rust off it. Now these are used skates, so naturally they come with a little bit of wear and tear on them, right?
Yeah.
Hi miss, would you plug this in please?
And we just got them sharpened yesterday, and we got them yesterday too.
Alright, we're going to try a little bit of the polishing compound on the end of this wire brush and see how it goes. Yeah, this seems just like an abrasive polishing stuff. Hey, you know what we're doing? A whole lot of nothing. Why don't we try the other wire brush? It's a little stiffer. You got it? Is it loose enough? Good job. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's doing something. So actually the rust has come off, but this dark discoloration has not. So let's watch on this side. Lean back a little bit. I don't want you to get anything in your eyes. Is it done now?
So
That's much cleaner.
So we highly recommend the silver brush to polish things because it's much stiffer and you do not need the polishing compound.
Yeah. I think that what we have are the stainless steel wire brush and the carbon wire.
As you see, I think you can't see right now, but we're making a very big mess.
We are making a big mess. There's dust and bits everywhere. So I think going forward, we'll probably have masks and goggles when we use this. Good. Hold it real tight so it doesn't get away from you. Okay, that is enough of that.
So as you can see, it did a big difference. The higher speed takes away lots and lots of stuff.
Yes, it does.
Pepper make them.
I want to try one more thing. I want to try one of these cutting blades quickly. So for the cutting blade, according to the manual, it would appear that we want to cut, or we want to take the screw off the end here, and then attach the cutting blade using this. Remember the lock button. So what I've done is I've unscrewed the end of this,
Press it down.
and now
I can't press it down.
you can't press it down. So in order to press it down, you've got to, here, push down, and just slowly rotate this around until you feel it. Oh, there you go. You got it. So this is one of the cutting blades that we're going to try now. And I'm going to use it to take the end off of this plastic bottle. So for example, this chewed up end, well, I don't really want that on, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut it right off. Wow. Yep, that'll do.
No, that's probably my favorite. So the top of the bottle came off, and as you can see, if you're using bottles, you need to it'll kind of do like a rough edge on the outside, so
Yeah.
you would probably need the sanding after.
Yes, you would. We'd probably want to
On
use
a low speed.
sanding on a low speed to clean it up. That sounds about right. All right, so that is it for what's inside the Dremel 3000 kit. 24 different ends. We used a few of them here. Do you have a favorite?
My favorite could be the sanding, because if you have like a rough edge on something and you're making a costume or something, it could really help you out.
You really like finishing things and making them look really good and be
Yes.
smooth and be finished. How about you? Do you have a favorite?
Yes, my favorite was the cutting tool that we used at the end.
And we'll come back at you with something that we're actually making with this. We'll come up with some projects to use with the Dremel. I'm sure we will have no trouble at all coming up with something.
We're making a movie right now, so we're probably gonna use it sometime soon.
I think we'll have some costumes.
Yeah.
We'll have some props.
And also we need to use them to do the props.
Mhm.
And also we could probably use that to make our lightsabers.
I think so. All right. In the meantime, why don't you like, share, subscribe, ask any questions. I'm going to be messing with this, so I'm very happy to answer your questions in the comments below.
And give this a thumbs up.
If you want to follow along with other stuff that we're up to, love, make, share on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So long, folks.